everybody, it's Roxy. I am yet again in the Racial Justice Library inside of church. So just as a reminder, you and your families are welcome to come and visit our library. We have a ton of books on the bookshelves for anyone that is younger, just beginning to read, or picture books, all the way up to chapter books for adults. So we are excited to continue to offer this. We're continuing our series of reading a kid's book about, and we've done the book about empathy and about belonging, and now we're going to move into being inclusive. This book is by Ashton Mota and Rebecca Brushoff. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca. My pronouns are she, her, and I love to laugh. And my name is Ashton. I use he, him pronouns, and I love spending time with my friends and family. Ashton and I met through the Gender Cool Project, and now we are really great friends, says Rebecca. We want to explore what being inclusive means and would love for you to join us. What do you think? If that sounds fun to you, just turn the page. Have you ever heard of the word inclusion? How about inclusive? Weird words, right? Maybe you've heard them from a teacher or some other grown-up, but didn't know what they meant. On our church sign, we have the words historic, creative, and inclusive. So you might have heard it at church. Well, inclusion is kind of like sharing, but bigger. It's a choice that we make every day to accept people and believe they are awesome for being exactly who they are. Being inclusive means celebrating everyone in all their uniqueness and making sure nobody feels left out. Growing up, I didn't really feel included. I always felt like I didn't fit in or didn't belong. At the time, I wasn't quite sure why until I found the word to describe who I was. That word for me is transgender. Even though my friends and family sometimes didn't quite understand the way I felt, they always showed that they cared, reminded me that they loved me, and wanted the best for me. That made me super happy. I'm transgender too, says Rebecca. When I was born, everyone thought I was a boy, but I always knew I was a girl. My family loved and supported me, which allowed me to do the things I love, like reading and playing in the woods. Being transgender isn't a choice. It's who we are. But being inclusive? Yeah, that's a choice. Since our families were able to show us what it was like to be inclusive, it became really easy for us to do the same. Being inclusive isn't about making all our differences the same. It's about welcoming everyone as they are. Look, we'll show you. Have you ever gone to class late? It can be a little awkward, right? You're nervous and kind of embarrassed because everyone is already there, and now they're all staring at you, and you kind of feel frozen. But if you look around and see someone smiling at you, it doesn't seem that bad anymore. And feel welcome, and you feel welcome, and like you aren't bothering anyone for being late. Giving a little wave or just a smile on your face can be inclusive. It doesn't even matter if you know them that well. Just say hi. Sometimes that is all it takes for someone to feel less alone. But maybe the person who came into class late didn't only feel excluded because they were late. I know I've had that same feeling, even when I was right on time. I felt out of place when I was the only transgender kid in the class. It felt like no one would understand, and I was so nervous. Now that I think about it, me too, says Ashton. Sometimes at school, I look around and I don't see too many people that look like me or my family. It kind of makes me feel like the star of the show, but not in a good way. A lot of times people can feel excluded because of the color of their skin, or their religion, their gender, the way they dress, if they have a disability, what language they speak, and for so many other reasons. But even though we're all different from one another, we all want to be part of the group. We all want to feel included. But differences don't have to be big to make us special. Little differences are just as important. I love mac and cheese, says Rebecca. And I love French toast, says Ashton. Those are differences. The fact that we're different brings us closer together because we always have something to talk about and share. If we all loved the same things, that would be boring. Hey, Rebecca, didn't you just move? Says Ashton. Yeah, this year I'm the new kid at school, says Rebecca. Honestly, it was scary to walk into school on the first day because I wasn't sure I would make any friends. I didn't want to be left out either. But when someone came over and asked me about what my name was, I felt much better knowing that I was not alone. It turns out that we had the same birthday. Have you ever moved, Ashton? Asked Rebecca. Well, no. But every year at school, we have tons of new kids. And this year, I made a really cool friend. One day at lunch, I was eating with them, and when they opened up their lunchbox, I noticed that they brought food that I had never seen before. I was kind of nervous because I didn't want to ask what it was and hurt their feelings, but it looked so good that I had to do it. They didn't mind at all. They were actually excited that I was interested. They even let me try some, and boy, was it delicious. That's awesome, says Rebecca. You see, it's about making a genuine effort to reach out to someone to learn and accept them for who they are. Actually, another big part of being inclusive is noticing who isn't there. Who is being left out? You have to choose to see who's left out, then choose to include them so they feel like they are a part of things. Here's an example. Imagine that you and your friends were all playing tag. Everyone is running around and laughing, having a great time. Then you notice someone sitting alone. You could go over to them and ask if they wanted to play too. That's being inclusive. And now you have made a new friend. The truth is, being inclusive is not always an easy choice, but it's always the right choice. Thanks for coming on this journey with me and Ashton, says Rebecca. We've learned so much about how to be inclusive, and we hope that you have too. It was really fun. But do you want to hear something really cool? Asked Ashton. The journey isn't over. It keeps going. That's right. Go out there and discover all the billions of ways that you can be more inclusive in your life. So take action. Choose to be inclusive. It takes practice, but you can do it. Continue your journey of being more inclusive every day. Because when we are inclusive, we help others thrive. Now I wonder if there was anything in this book that resonated with you or felt really real to you or is true to you. Something that you heard that you thought, oh, me too. I wonder how you might see different people in your community. I wonder if you can do certain things to be more inclusive. I wonder if there are certain groups or places that you go that don't feel inclusive, that they feel like they're leaving people out. And I wonder how you and your strong voice and passionate, loving heart can include others. I hope that you enjoyed this book. I hope that it will bring lots of great conversation to you and your family if you are joining us virtually. And if you are joining us at church, then Miss Miriam and Miss Elizabeth look forward to reading this book with you while I am at the beach. And I just hope that God is so present in that conversation and in that time with y'all. See y'all later.